Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs, and brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We're here with a very multi-talented music artist, vocalist, songwriter, DJ, and producer, and powerhouse entertainer, and she's also played in numerous venues in Washington, D.C., New York City, and Hollywood as well. She also co-headlined at the Essence of Soul in South Korea and had numerous licensing deals, publications, and also a representative for Girls Make Beat. We'll talk about that. And she also has a previous album called Shift, and we'll be dropping a double release as well too. It's not an album, it's a double single for an upcoming release later next year. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, the multi-talented musician, artist, vocalist, songwriter, DJ, producer, and Marlee in the mix, ladies and gentlemen, Marlee XX. Marlee, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thanks for joining us today.
So happy to be here.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too. So you're a multi-talented music artist, vocalist, songwriter, DJ, and producer, and also a powerhouse entertainer. You played at numerous venues in Washington, D.C., New York City, and in Hollywood as well. You also co-headlined at the Essence of Soul in South Korea. You've been featured in numerous licensing deals and publications, and you're also represented for Girls Make Beat. You also have a previous release, which is called Shift, which got some really good reviews, and you also have a double single you'll be dropping very soon called Frequency and Only One, from a new album that's coming out, plus some other singles. And before getting to all that, Marlee, tell us how you first got started.
It has been a journey. It's really been a journey, as I'm sure all artists say that, but I didn't expect to be where I am now. Let's say that. I've always had a love for music, and I was really shy. So it wasn't something that I was going to pursue full time. I mean, I liked listening to music, but I didn't see myself like really being in the forefront. I was more into fashion. I really liked basketball at one point. So it was kind of random. I started writing songs when I was in middle school, and then I went to performing arts middle school. I was really sure that I wanted to go there, and then it blossomed. It blossomed from there. I got in my first band at age 16. I was in bands, go-go music from the DC area. Are you familiar with go-go at all?
Yes.
Have you heard about it?
Yes, and also Whiskey A Go-Go too, and you play in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
That's a really famous venue, and knew some bands play over there, and that's where you really get your start. Very iconic.
Yes, it was great to be there. That was one of our biggest moments as a band, with Marlee in the Mix, which is my previous band that I was with in DC. But yeah, everything just blossomed from getting my first band at 16, going to that performing arts middle school, starting to write songs, and everything just fell in line as time went by.
And it sounds like it too as well. And what was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
I would say the moment that influenced me was to travel when I was in performing arts school and to see where music could take us. We would win a lot of the competitions, which I like to win, so that's a plus. And when I saw what we were able to do and how music was able to connect people and transcend, I was like, I think I can really take this farther than this.
And it sounds like you've gone pretty far. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
So many. Like, my influences like span anywhere from like Stevie Nicks to Diana Ross, and even more current. I'm really into, I love Miley Cyrus. Like, we're not far off in age, but I love what she represents and who she is and how she's herself. And I love just iconic artists like Rihanna, Taylor Swift, like those artists who really built their own brands and built their own sounds, and they were able to really take it to a huge level, like stadiums and number ones, and just iconic artists. I'm really inspired by iconic artists in any genre.
And it sounds pretty iconic as well too. And you're becoming an iconic artist yourself as well too,
Thank
being
you.
multi-talented and numerous venues, having a unique style. We'll talk about some of your releases, your upcoming double single, and more. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson has garnered great reviews. And Eve Levin endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. Also on BitChute and Rumble, and also on coming to a few platforms as well. We're heard on Hamilton Radio every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Central as well. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson. Check it out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. You're here with the multi-talented music artist, vocalist, songwriter, DJ, producer, and powerhouse entertainer, formerly Marlee in the Mix, Marlee XX here on the Mike Wagner Show. And let's talk about your upcoming double single as well, too, with Frequency and Only One. And tell us more about those and what inspired you to write them.
I'm so excited about these. These are the first 2 singles, not in order on the album, but the first 2 singles coming from my upcoming album, which is called The Double X Factor, coming next year. And this is my first album after Marlee in the Mix. So it is just a collection of songs that's really showing who I am now, how much I've grown through the band, and adding these other things to my repertoire, like producing and DJing. And Frequency and Only One are 2 songs that are very different in sound. Frequency is very strong, it's very heavy, it's hard hitting, it's very inspired by like Kendrick Lamar and artists like Tobe and Wigway and Jaden Smith. It's very inspiring, and it's still like cool at the same time and not corny. And it's just basically talking about how we are the chosen ones and how we have the ability and the responsibility to, try to raise to a higher frequency and affect the world in a more positive way. And it's just really a cry out to people to recognize that in themselves. And I'm really happy to get that message out and to bring that energy. And for Only One, that is a very different sound. It's more soft. It's more inspired by Afro beats. Both beats are produced by a good friend of mine, a producer and guitarist, Lightfoot. He's a California native, and I met him when I moved to LA, and we've been having a really great relationship musically. And Only One is also featuring an artist named Io Timmy, who is also from the DMV area. And it's basically just talking about when you're in love with someone and you know that you are in love and you have those feelings. So like, why would you look other places when they're the only one? So I really like that too, because it's a softer side. I'm singing more. Frequency is very rap heavy. And in Only One, I'm showing my vocal side. So we released those as a double single to just give people a preview of how I'll be able to show different sides of myself and different sounds.
You talk about frequency as well, too, and that's been a really hot topic among musicians these days. Are you basing it on like the 432 frequency, or is it a different type of frequency you're talking about?
I mean, just frequency in general, just raising your vibration, if you will, how you connect with yourself and your higher self. There's like low vibes or low frequencies, I guess, if you're talking about energy in a person's body or in a person's aura. And it's just talking about raising that to a higher awareness, to a more positive awareness, and just knowing that we have a deeper purpose. None of us are here for nothing. And though the 432, it's a part of that. It's all in tuning your frequency. So yes, it's a very necessary topic and a very necessary conversation to have.
That's been coming up a lot lately as well, too. And we had a number of people talk about frequency, but we'll just shift over, basically, no pun intended, to your previously shift, and tell us more about that and what inspired you to, create the album, write it, and everything else. And if there's some songs you want to talk about, feel free to do so.
Yeah, Shift is a song that I came out with following Marlee in the Mix, right when we decided to kind of go in some different directions as a band. So this was my first solo release, if you will. And it was produced by my guitarist, I'm Super Static, and he actually made this beat on his phone with the app called the Machine app, and he really made it on his like iPhone, which is
Nice.
amazing to me to this day. And it was just an organic vibe, and I'm really inspired by the music and by the beat. So when I hear a beat, it's kind of gives me the idea of what the song needs to be about. And that was a shift literally in my career from doing the full-time, full 9-piece band to changing the way I do things now as Marlee XX.
You also had some new other releases too, a feature on Spotify like New Level,
Yeah,
Mood, Fan Now, What You Want, A Million. Tell us more about those. What inspired you to write them? And if you have some other music you want to talk about, feel free to do so.
for sure. I really love those songs. Those songs led me, just the pieces to the puzzle, finding the sound, finding the people, and finding the audience. So Fan Now was my first song that I recorded when I moved to Los Angeles in 2019. I mean, that's produced by a powerhouse producer, Chris Bars, as well as with guitar from Lightfoot. We added that live guitar, which I love. And that song is basically talking about how when you're not to a level, people might treat you a certain way, but when you get to a bigger level in your industry or whatever level that is in life, that they might want to come back and act like they were a fan when they really weren't supporting you when you weren't quite there yet. And I love that song, and it was just very monumental for me to get that song out when I got here. And New Level is my favorite of them. We just released that in March, and that is the first song that I actually wrote, produced, recorded, and performed all on my own. And then we shot the music video, which the entire film crew and director was female led. So I'm really, really proud of that. And it's really obvious. It's just about getting to a new level and doing your thing and not being afraid to say it.
And it sounds like it also led you to a number of licensing deals, publications, and you also became a rep as well too. And tell us more about that.
Yes, I have been working a lot in sync. So I've been making a lot of music for TV and film, which I'm very excited about. It allows my music to have a further reach, and it allows me to be creative in a lot of different ways to bring different sounds to visuals. And I am now working with Girls Make Beats, which is an organization to elevate the female vision in music. And it's a little known fact that there are 2.6% of music producers are women. And there has
Wow.
never been a producer of the year ever win that is a woman for the Grammys. And we are looking to change that. So we are empowering and we are teaching the next generation of female audio engineers, DJs, and music producers. And it's really important that I'm a part of that in order to just help the next generation and give them the opportunity to do it, because a lot of us never knew we could. It was always a boys' game, and that's just totally not true. And I'm really proud of my work with them.
You talked about not having any women win a Grammy for Producer of the Year and everything else. What about like the other ones, like the Josie Awards or ISSA and all that, or maybe like some of the other awards like below the Grammys? Have there been any winners along that category that you know of?
I'm not exactly sure, but you're inspiring me to do my research, because I'd love to know that. I would say no, because there's just not many of us. Like 2.6% of us are actually female. So that is an even lower percentage that are actually winning these things. So I really, we have to change that. We have to.
And of course, and then where can we get all your music? How can we help and find out more about you?
All of the streaming platforms, I am there. I am on Amazon, iTunes, SoundCloud, as well as YouTube Music. And you can follow me on Instagram. My social media moniker is The Mixtress, a play on words. And that's everything with two X's, always ties into the brand. But support by listening, telling somebody, giving me feedback, playing it on your playlist. Any and all things are appreciated.
We will certainly check that out. What's coming up for our Marlee XX in 2022 and 23? We'll find out just 1 minute. Listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs, and brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with Marlee XX, a frequency and only one, after this time out. We're back with the multi-talented Marlee XX with frequency and only one here on the Mike Wagner Show, and just a great insight to what we covered and everything, and just having everything go your way. And what else do we expect in 2022 and 23 and beyond, Marlee?
My new album, I'm really excited. This is the first full-length project that I've done in a while. Fully written, mostly produced by myself, and I'm really excited. It's called The Double X Factor. It's just a play on my name, Marlee XX. And you know how somebody can have the X factor, like that it factor. I feel like I have the double X factor. It's just that extra edge. That's something different. So I'll be showing you what that means with this project.
We certainly would do so, and looking forward to it, Marlene. And who do you consider
Thank
biggest
you.
influence in your career?
Biggest influence of my career. Myself.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, I want to be fully me. I want to be fully me. I feel like we've never liked other artists for being anybody other than them, and I want to be that next artist that people are saying is that icon. So honestly, it's me. I want to be me. I know I can. I have this thing to show, and I'm just looking forward to continue to develop that. And I'm inspired by that journey.
Mm-hmm. And certainly well too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Keep going. It takes one yes, and it's only one you. So be that. We don't want to see a bunch of the same thing.
Right, and that's a very good point as well, too. We're here with Marlee XX, formerly Marlee in the Mix, with Frequency and Only One, the multi-talented music artist from Los Angeles on the Mike Wagner Show. Marlee, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to it soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
MarleeXX.com, and you can follow me at The Mixtress.
Okay, we'll certainly do so. Once again, Marlee, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back and wish you all the best. And Marlee, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you so much.